Officer Postal Whistle of the Canadian Mounted.
Hello, officer.
Good evening, Mr. Snavely.
Is it still snowing?
I don't know. To tell you the truth, I never looked.
Did you get your man?
Well, not yet, but I got my eye on him.
Well, that's something.
You pulling out?
Figuring on going over the rim tonight.
How's your son, Chester? You heard from him lately?
I ain't a-heard from Chester. It'll be a year come Michaelmas.
I was thinking of the song that you read about him. I wanted to sing it to my wife last night. You know, we got a boy just about Chester's age who's got a hankering to go to the city. Have you got your dulcimer here?
Yes, I have, officer.
I wonder if you'd mind singing me that song.
I'd be tickled to death, sir. You'll have to excuse me, though, if my voice isn't just right. You know, we can't get any epicac up in this part of the country.
Go right ahead, Mr. Snavely.
You won't consider me rude if I play with my mitts on, will you?
Not at all, Mr. Snavely. Not at all.
There was once a poor boy, and he left his country home. And he came to the city to look for work. He promised his ma and pa he would lead a sinless life and always shun the fatal curse of drink. Once in the city, he got a situation in a quarry, and there he made the acquaintance of some college students. He little thought they were demons, for they wore the best of clothes. But good clothes do not always make the gentleman. So they tempted him to drink, and they said he was a coward, until at last he took the fatal glass of beer. When he found what he'd done, he dashed the glass upon the floor, and he staggered through the door with delirium tremens. Once upon the sidewalk, he met a Salvation Army girl, and wickedly he broke her tambourine. All she said was, "Heaven, heaven bless you," and placed a mark upon his brow with a kick she'd learned before she had been saved. Now, as a moral to young men who come down to the city, don't go around breaking people's tambourines.
That certainly is a sad song.
Don't cry, Constable. It is a sad song. My Uncle Ichabod said, speaking of the city, it ain't no place for women, gal, but pretty men go there. He always said something to make you split your sides a laughing. Comical old gentleman he was. Well, I think I'll be a hightailing over the rim. And it ain't a fit night out for man or beast. Alto! Hey! He! Alto! Hey! Alto! Hey! Alto! Hey! Hey! He! Alto! Hey! 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 straight. Lamb. It ain't a fit night out, a man or peace. And it's been a storming for almost a fortnight.
Who's there?
It's me, Ma.
Did you find any gold down the ghost hole?
Found that nougat right be on the table.
A nougat. A golden nougat. Just what you've been a-combing them thar hills for nigh on to 30 years. It must be worth almost $100.
It'll help to pay off the mortgage on the old shack. Has that pill for Medicine Hat been here again?
Yes, and he wants more money.
Right as hide.
He wants more money, and if he don't get it, he'll take our Malamute.
You won't take old Balto, my lead dog.
Why not, Paul?
'Cause I ate him.
You ate him?
He was mighty good with mustard. We was a-mushing over Blind Nag Rim last night, and I got mighty hungry.
You better take your mucklocks off, Paul. Captain Pipperton of the Canadian Mounted smuggled a police dog across the border for you.
Smuggled a police dog across the border for me?
Yes, and he says for you to keep it under your hat.
How big is it?
About so high.
He's crazy.
Pa, it's just 3 years today since they put our dear son in jail for stealing them thar bonds, and I know he never stole them.
Sure he never stole them. Our Chester never stole nothing. From nobody. Hardly ever.
Do you think he'll come a-heading for home when they turn him loose from that plague of jail?
I reckon, guess, and calculate he will, Ma. Chester! Our town has came! Our own Chester!
Chester, my darling boy!
And it ain't a fit night out, a man of peace. Don't cry, Ma. We got our son back again, ain't we? Welcome home, Chester.
Thank you, Paul.
And I don't suppose we'll have him with us long. Once the city gets into a Bahoy system, he loses his hankering for the country. Sit down, Chester.
Thank you, Paul.
Will you have some soup, Chester?
That's my soup, Ma. Hand me that bread I was dunking, will you? Thanks.
Dad, I ain't ever going to leave the old farm again. I've come back here to stay with you and Ma. And I ain't ever going to leave again. It's so good to see you both again. And I'm so glad to be back home with you and Mom that I can't talk. I'd like to go to my little bedroom and lay on the bed and cry like I was a baby again.
There. Go to your room and have a good cry, dear. I know how you feel.
I feel so tired, I think I'll go to bed.
Why don't you lie down and take a little rest first, Chester?
Well, good night, Pa.
Good night, Chester.
Good night, Ma.
Good night, Chester.
Sleep well, Chester.
Thank you, Pa. You too.
Thank you, Chester.
Sleep well, Chester.
Thank you, Ma. You sleep well.
Don't forget to open the window a bit, Chester.
Don't forget to open yours a bit, Pa.
I won't.
Yes,
Chester.
don't forget to open your window a bit, Chester.
Put yours up a bit too, Ma.
Good night, Chester.
Good
Good
night,
night,
Chester.
Pa.
Good night.
Good night, Pa.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Chester. I think I'll go out and milk the elk.
Don't forget your moose horn, Pa.
Thank you, Ma. And it ain't a fit night out for man or beast. Lena, honey. Papa's calling. Papa's calling you. Lena! My old amber sure ain't what it used to be. Hello, Lena. Hello, Lena. Oh, say, Elmer, have you seen Lena? Tell her Mr. Snavely wants... Well, certainly a bright moonlight night tonight. Oh, hello, Lena. Hey, Lena, it's me. Come here. Don't you know me? Mr. Snavely. I don't know. Hi.
Chester, did you steal them bonds?
Yes, Ma. I stole them bonds. I was a bank messenger, and they caught me fair and square. I wasn't framed.
I knowed you stole them, but I never would admit it to your father. If he thought you stole them, it would break his poor old heart. Never tell him any different. Good night, Chester.
Good night, Ma.
And it ain't a fit night out for man or beast. Has Chester gone to bed yet, Ma?
I don't think so, Paul.
Chester,
Yes, Paul.
can I speak to you a minute, son?
Yes, Paul.
Chester, did you steal them bonds? I know you stole them, son. But I never would admit it to your mother. She thinks you're innocent. You must never tell her any different. If she thought you stole them, it would break her poor old heart.
Oh, it's so good to be home, Dad. I'm going to stay here now with you and Ma for all time.
Chester, have you any of them bonds on you? Or any of that money?
No, Dad, I ain't got any of them bonds on me. And I took that painted money and threw it away.
And you came back to me and Mother.
Yes, Ma.
To sponge on us the rest of your life. You lug squatter. Tramp, you. Square. And it ain't a pit night out, a man or beast.